If you have been following this series, you may have reached a very common point. You understand that the pet food isn't always regulated the way you thought. You have heard terms like raw, fresh, and human grade, and now the question becomes very practical. How do I choose a raw food that I can actually trust? Not the trendiest one, not the loudest one, just one you can feel calm about feeding your dogs. That's what this video is about. I want to start by reframing the problem. Most pet owners don't make poor choices because they don't care. They make poor choices because they are forced to choose without enough visibility. So instead of focusing on labels or claims, I want to walk you through a few trust signals, because trust isn't a label, it's a pattern. And once you know what to look for, the noise starts to fall away. Trust signal number one, clarity in communication. The first signal has nothing to do with ingredients. It's how a company communicates when you ask a straightforward question. Do they answer directly, or do they redirect you to marketing language? Do they explain process, or do they rely on words like premium, natural, high quality ingredients? A company you can trust doesn't need perfect phrasing. They need clear explanations. If you ask where the food is made, they should be able to tell you. If you ask how ingredients are handled, they should explain how, not just where. Marketing talks in adjectives. Trust talks in steps. Trust signal number two, how they talk about risk. No fresh food system for humans or animals is zero risk. So pay attention to how a company talks about safety. Do they promise perfection, or do they explain how risk is managed? You may hear terms like cold chain handling, which is just a technical way of saying they track the temperature of the meat from the moment it leaves the farm to the moment it reaches your door. You might also hear about sanitation practices, batch controls, and clear storage instructions. Calm, factual explanations build confidence. Fear-based messaging doesn't. Overconfidence is loud. Real confidence is quiet. Trust signal number three, consistency over variety. Another common misconception is that more variety always means better quality. In reality, consistency matters far more. Consistent suppliers, consistent sourcing, consistent production practices. A company with a smaller, stable menu that understands its supply chain is often easier to trust than one constantly rotating options without clear oversight. Variety feels exciting. Consistency is usually what keeps systems safe. Trust signal number four, the Canadian reality check. For Canadian pet owners, there is an extra layer to be aware of. A Canadian brand name does not automatically mean Canadian ingredients. And our labeling laws matter here. In Canada, product of Canada and made in Canada have different legal thresholds. A company can use made in Canada using 100% imported meat. If a company won't tell you where the ingredients actually started their journey, that's a signal. That doesn't mean imported ingredients are bad. It means transparency matters more than geography. The companies doing well are usually open about sourcing and clear why these choices were made. I want to pause here and say something important. Choosing a raw food you trust does not mean choosing raw at all costs. If raw isn't right for your household, your budget, or your comfort level, that's okay. Understanding always comes before action. There's no deadline, there's no perfect decision. A simple way to think about it, if you are trying to choose raw food you can trust, ask yourself, does this company answer questions clearly? Do they have process instead of promises? Do they acknowledge and manage risk honestly? Are they consistent and transparent over time? You don't need certainty, you need enough visibility to feel calm. In the next video, we're going to talk about cost, because many people want to make better choices, but worry they will have to overspend to do it. I'll show you how to prioritize what actually matters and where you don't need to pay a premium. I'm Dr. Ghunaim. Thank you for being part of this investigation. Let's keep our pets healthy, one informed decision at a time.